Hey guys, Danny here with Let It Rip Tater Chip Channel, and today I'm giving you my top 10 guitars and playing little snippets of what I like from them. I'll just get right into it. Number one, or not number one, but number 10 on my list is Mr. Michael Schenker from Scorpions, UFO, MSG Group, and many other projects that he's done. Um, One of my favorite German guitar players of all time. Um, he's able to switch from playing, bluesy rock to very heavy songs to amazing power ballads, and just him, doing guitar solos while holding his guitar up and doing guitar solo. It's just the coolest thing ever, and just with him. One of my favorite tunes from him is Rock Bottom, and that's just a simple little pentatonic lick that can just get you going. So simple stuff, but he makes it complicated by making it simple. Number 9, I have Mr. Dave Mustaine from Metallica and Megadeth. The king of chug, he's super, super beyond talented. His solos are amazing. His guitar playing's unreal. The way that guy's mind works with progressions that he does and just figuring out, tricks to help him play guitar faster, because most of his stuff is pretty fast back in the day when it was thrashy. So he needed to get down the board really fast, and he invented or perfected the spider chord. Just to get down the board. Who would ever think of using your middle finger and pinky to get to that other power chord on top, and it, instead of just jumping, makes it cleaner, makes it easier. And again, King of Chug, like, Kill the King. Just beyond amazing stuff. Let's see. Number 8. I do apologize for looking down. I'm looking at my list. Number 8, I have Richie Blackmore from Deep Purple and Rainbow and Blackmore's Night and many other projects that he's done. I'm more into his Rainbow stuff. More with Ronnie than Joe Lynn Turner, more with Ronnie James Dio, but just his simple blues playing to playing some really hard hitting stuff, like Kill the King with Rainbow, very heavy song, and then you get a song like Rainbow Eyes, where it's just basically him and Ronnie just playing together and just simple little double stops that he plays. A simple little double stop that he does, and of course with Deep Purple with Smoke on the Water. First song anybody plays on guitar. So again, little heavy tune, and of course, Man on the Silver Mountain, beautiful song. Number 7, I have George Lynch from Dokken and other projects that he's done. I think he's a very underrated guitar player. Just because he's more idolized into kind of the hair metal band thing, but he's so much heavier than that, and it surprises me he doesn't get more praise. And one of my favorite songs from Dokken when he was in it is "When Heaven Comes Down." Just a lot of diminished music that he plays, and it's just super simple but super heavy. Just super simple but super heavy. At number 6, I have Stevie Ray Vaughan, one of my favorite guitar players of all time. He kept blues alive during the late 70s and obviously through the 80s and very shortly in 1990. But his music still lives on. Everyone still loves it to this day. People are still getting inspired by him today. Rock and roller, blues man through and through. You know, I feel as if he could probably make you cry with one note. Just the feeling and when you watch him play, you can see the emotion that he's putting into his guitar to make it talk and touch people. And it's just simple blues pentatonic scales that he does, but he does it in a way that it's his own, So it's. And just the emotion he puts in is beyond. Where am I at? Number 4? Yeah, I think I'm at number 4. So, a guitar player that I've been watching for the last few years is the guitar player from Belphegor, also lead singer. His name is Hillmuth. German, Austrian, blackened death metal band. Beyond amazing. Every note that he plays, I feel it's meant to be there. It's precise, even though it is some heavy, fast music. The way he plays guitar is so fucking precise that it's like a science, just the way he is able to go up and he can make a simple chug into the coolest thing ever, just. Stuff like that, and it's always precise and it's always phenomenal. Number 3, I have Zakk Wylde. Reason he's way up on the list is because at 18 years old, he had a position to fill where Tony Iommi was in, Randy Rhoads was in, Jakey Lee was in, Brad Gillis, and Zakk had to learn every single note of every single Ozzy and Black Sabbath song to where it sounded like those guitar players, and then he puts his own taste on it with a lot of so he's the man, the living Viking, one of the coolest dudes ever. Met him a few times, and he's always genuine and nice. King of the pentatonic scale and king of the squeal. Just a cool dude, and I love his guitar playing. Number 2, I have Mr. Tony Iommi from Black Sabbath and little side projects. His solo projects too were amazing. Just the Iommi albums. But he is the founder of basically heavy metal. His injury caused him to tune his guitar down to have a low tone. I'm sure you guys already know that.
It's getting nice and heavy.
It's getting nice and heavy. But he was a blues player that started playing this heavy, heavy music. And you can hear a lot of his blues roots in his solos. I love him more during the, again, Ronnie James Dio era, because he was always... Ronnie had so much talent that Tony was able to put the amount of talent that he wanted into each song. With Ozzy, I felt like he had to dumb it down a little bit, but with Ronnie, he could do whatever he wanted. And, just one of my favorite licks, Heaven and Hell. He's the man. I'm sure you guys have already guessed it. Saint Dimebag Darrell at number 1, beyond my favorite guitar player of all time. He's all over the spectrum. He could do anything. One of the most passionate guitar players I've ever seen and ever heard and ever read about. He was a god walking among men, and his music shows that. There's not a lot of people that can touch him, and I would rather it stay that way, because he is the man of all men on guitar. And just from all of the overplayed, songs on the radio from Walk, but there's so much more to Pantera and Dimebag than just Walk and those Pantera songs. He's in Damage Plan. He did a solo album with Rebel Meets Rebel, and he played on a bunch of other people's stuff and made videos and whatnot and played with movies and whatever. But, his legacy is so much more than Pantera. But the music holds up to this day, and it's... That's my top 10 guitar players. Please ring that bell down below so you know when I'm making videos and posting them. Always subscribe, always comment, leave me comments, tell me what to do. Give me your top 10 guitar players of all time. This is Danny, and always remember, let it rip, Tater Chip!